Hi, back.Das here. I appreciate you coming around today. Um, I want to show you a little bit of some yoga, incredibly gentle yoga for the lower back pain. Now, just so you know, I consider myself, and so do hundreds of more clients, I consider myself an expert on back pain. And lower back pain is one of the worst. I experienced it a great deal myself, and believe me, some of these poses I'm going to show you would not have worked for me when I was at my worst. If you want to learn more about healing lower back pain, um, let me know, or you can go to selfadjustingtechnique.com. That's my holistic healing blog. Of course, I am back.That.com because we're doing yoga here. But I do have a lot of information on healing and dealing with that lower back pain. So, is this going to work? Yes, I can on the camera. So, this is just incredibly gentle, as I mentioned. The first thing we're going to do is we're just going to focus on a little bit of twisting today for the lower back. And the first thing you're going to notice is when you lie on your back and you relax your legs, my feet are just not even a foot apart. How do your feet fall apart? What does that bother your lower back? If you have lower back pain, the chances are that's not comfortable right here. You probably want something under your knees or would like to have your knees up. We'll get to that in a moment. If these don't work for you, because you're lying flat, we'll be changing that in a moment. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to take one foot on top of the other. I guess I better do left and right. They don't usually, but I will in this case. Left foot on top of the right foot, and I'm just going to drop my feet over to the right a little bit. It's not over very far, but it's over a little bit. I'm not rolling up on my hip. I mean, the hip is rolling up a little bit because of what's happening. This becomes awkward, the position, so maybe I'll just switch and push that toe down with the heel and just relax there for a moment. So again, if you have that kind of lower back pain that the knees need to be up, this may not be working for you. I'm just going to go over to the other side. I'm just going to skip right over to helping that toe down a little bit. My knees are bent a little bit, especially that left leg, the lower leg. So again, just that very gentle, very gentle little bit of a twist. Now we're going to come back up. We're going to bend the knees up. And so those of you that weren't able to do that first one because of the leg straight, maybe this will help you. And I'm just going to drop the knees over a little. Now, if you have a limit to how far over those knees can go without being uncomfortable, get some pillows or something and put under this knee that you can rest your knee on because you do want to relax in this. But the rest of us, we're just going to relax over. And that knee, that right knee here, that lower leg is dropped all the way to the floor. I've rolled up on the hip some. This top knee is not resting on this knee at all. It's more the tension from the muscles is holding it up. Just the structure is holding it up. It's not really a tension because I'm relaxing. Breathe into it as you exhale, the body relax. Deep breaths are real good here. I usually prescribe diaphragmatic breathing. So that's where your body relaxes with diaphragmatic breathing. I'm going to try the other side. You may need to move a lot slower. Please do. You may also need to help yourself up. So after you've held this a little bit, before I get there, this foot's on the floor. You might like it better on top of the other foot. That gives you a little different stretch, a little better stretch. Whatever the case is, now we'll go back to when you come up, if you've held this for very long, and I recommend, especially if you have very severe lower back pain, just hold this for a few seconds. You can build up and hold it for longer, even a couple of minutes, even a lot longer than that. So, but if you hold it longer, it may be uncomfortable to lift the leg. These inner muscles here on the inside get a little tight. Just hold the leg up a little bit with your hand. Help loosen up if you need to. That one will probably be okay, but this top one here is the one that's going to possibly be an issue. Okay, so the standard twist is the best, where we take this top leg up and over. You can take it way over so that this bottom leg, I have a nice crack in my back there. We want this bottom leg, you can't see that. This bottom leg is all the way to the ground. This top leg is not necessarily all the way to the ground, but we've twisted over enough that this opposite shoulder blade has come up off the floor. One quick comment though, a lot of times when people come into this, they don't shift the hips around. They just come to here, and that's uncomfortable. You need to lift the hip up, shift it around that way. So that, and if you can't quite get that, you can do this instead, come onto the side and open it up. And that'll work a little better for some people because you really need that hip to shift around. And to shift around enough that this opposite side shoulder blade comes off the floor. You'll extend this arm off to the side. Got a wall in my way, but whatever you won't, there'll be a little more space, I hope. And because the shoulder blade's off the floor, ideally this knee would be on the floor. You can use this hand, just the weight of the hand is usually enough to help that. So that shoulder blade off the floor, as you inhale, it'll come up because you just, as the ribs expand from the lungs expanding, it's going to roll the body up a little bit. As you exhale, it's going to contract, and then everything will relax down. So this is really one of the best actions for that twist. And so just breathing in it, a fairly deep breath so that you do come up further. Now, if you can get to the point where this knee is on the floor and this shoulder blade is on the floor, let me know. Not many people can get there. I'd love to see it. If you have a picture, that'd be great. Just go to kalidasa.com and hit the comment tab or the connect, however I word it, you'll see it at the top there. Now the other thing you can do is you look off that extended arm side. That way you're getting the twist all the way up the spine. Coming over to the other side. I'm just rolling up into it. Shift that hip around. This hand is going to help this knee down a little bit. This arm off to the side. Looking off to that side. I'm surprised my neck is not turning quite as far this way as it did the other way, on the other side. So that's something for me to look at for myself here and see what's going on in my body. Breathing that down. Now, the first time I experienced lower back pain, very severe lower back pain, it was simply a structural issue. Two friends and I were goofing around. It was in a class I was in, and the other friend was tall like me, same height as I am, but our friend was very tiny, very petite woman. And we had grabbed her by the arms and legs and were carrying her around. And we were young, and she was struggling, and she did this twist to her body. And when she twisted her body, it shifted my body like this. And my lower back, I could feel it twinge. I stopped for gas on the way home, and I could barely get the gas. I mean, I was literally having to hold myself up. I had a van at the time. I was literally having to lean against something all the way, and I could barely walk and get the gas. When I got home, I could barely get in the house, and I was laid out for days because I didn't know how to adjust myself at the time. I hadn't created that technique, the self-adjusting technique. So that's enough of this on this side while I finish the story. So I had to lay around for 3 or 4 days, and eventually it started to loosen up. The muscles had gone. And just what happened was that the vertebra had been tweaked out of alignment. There's 2 or 3 things that need to happen for that kind of muscle spasm to go out. The primary one is L5, the very lowest, and the vertebra rotates out of alignment. And if you have lower back pain, this is what's happened to you, almost definitely. So that L5 will rotate out of alignment one way or the other. And the other thing that has to happen is that the sacrum is you have L5 here, and then you have the sacrum. It's kind of a triangle underneath it, and that will rotate also. It rotates, one side comes up and the other goes down. It's hard to describe. I guess not so hard. It's kind of like that. Kind of does like that. And that, doing like that, and this rotating this way, it presses into a nerve in there. Maybe not a nerve. I think it's more of a synovial joint. Synovial joints are ones that have get a lot of work, and there's a sac that holds fluid that makes it so that they can move real smoothly. I mean, this is very, very slick stuff, synovial fluid. And so that synovial sac gets pinched, and that's what causes the muscles to spasm. So when that happens, the treatment is to adjust this back into alignment. If I had gone to a chiropractor, I would have been out of pain in minutes. Probably. I mean, sometimes those muscles are so tense that it takes a little more. In my case, in this example, it took, like I said, 3 or 4 days later, I was lying out in the backyard in the sun. It was a very nice sunny day. And I went into that twist. And I went into it in such a way that the sun was shining on my back, especially on the side that was hurting. And I held it for a very long time. And when I got up, I mean a long time, probably 10 minutes, which not necessarily a good idea. If you hold it a long time, just pay attention to other areas around, especially in the front hip part. Pay attention to where other tensions may be happening from holding that unusual position. Okay, that's my warning to you. Be careful. So anyway, after I got up, it's like I was completely out of pain. And I was completely out of pain for an hour or two, and then it started to tense up again. And I just went back into that twist, held it for a long time, took a day or so of that, and then I was fine. I was able to go back and do my normal activities. So that is a simple structural misalignment. Twisting like that, that's what happened. That twisted everything. And because she was small, she was very dynamic. That little bit of movement, very dynamic in a smaller body. And that's what caused that to happen for me. Now, the main cause for most people is adrenal fatigue. The adrenals use the same nutrients as the ligaments and tendons, so when the adrenals get drained, they get preferential treatment. And that they get all those good nutrients. Those ligaments in the lower back go weak first because they have the biggest pressure on them. They're supporting the whole upper body. The weight of the whole upper body is supported by those, and they just takes a little bit of weakening for them, and they go weak and lose it. So that's how I treat almost every lower back pain client I've ever had. Just give them adrenal herbs and supplements, and tell them to quit eating the junk food and other things, and the back pain goes away. It usually takes a week or two at the most. Some cases just takes a few hours. So anyway, that's my quick little lecture on lower back pain and a quick little video on some things you can do for your lower back pain. So thank you. Have a great rest of your day. Namaste.